Radio Leeds.
It would have been Louis Armstrong's birthday today. Brilliant voice, great band leader, fabulous trumpeter. We will play out with We Have All the Time in the World before 6 on BBC Radio Leeds. But now, we've met some inspirational people this afternoon. I tell you, James Teagle, the lawyer, in under 24 hours, cycling between Newcastle and London, raising money for the Candlelighters charity. He was in his smart lawyer suit, fresh from the office in Leeds this afternoon. And here's a real inspiration. A West Yorkshire man who qualified as a pilot despite losing an arm in an accident has been given an award. Steve Robinson from Leeds got his pilot's licence last month. He's now been awarded the Douglas Bader Trophy, which recognises support for the Flying Scholarship for Disabled People charity. Steve was presented with the award by Prince Faisal of Jordan and the current RAF Air Chief Marshal, Sir Andrew Pulford. You can see him on tonight's Look North on BBC One between 6:30 and 7. Funnily enough, I met Steve for the first time almost exactly a year ago, and he's really stuck with me, and I'm delighted that ahead of his appearance with Harry and Amy on Look North, he's back on BBC Radio Leeds. Great to see you again. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Good to see you.
And congratulations.
Well, thank you. It was a bit of a shock when I was awarded this trophy. I wasn't expecting it. I was just sat in the audience, just helping out and doing my thing, and then they called my name out, and I was flabbergasted, really.
So a genuine shock.
Genuine shock.
Should we go back to the beginning? Just remind people how we're even having this conversation. How did you come to lose the arm, Steve?
I lost my right arm when I was an 18-year-old boy in a motocross accident on Sugarwell Hill in Chapel Allerton, you know, the playing fields.
I do.
Lost it there. So it was a hard life, really, you know, being a one-handed guy at 18, being unemployable, really, and retired. But, you know, 18 is too young to be retired. So I just got stuck in and I did the things I wanted to do.
And was becoming a pilot or flying, was that one of those things you'd always wanted to do, or did that just come out?
That developed, really. I'd not really thought about flying. I'd always dreamt of flying, but I didn't actually fly in an aircraft. I used to fly by flapping my arms. And I had two arms. I had two arms in my dreams, surprisingly enough, and I still do. But so really, I never really thought of being a pilot. And it was just by chance that I saw this FSDP scholarship, Flying Scholarship for Disabled People, on the internet, and I saw it on Facebook, of all places, and I thought to myself, I'm going to apply for that. I'd done everything. I'd ridden my motorbike one-handed, I'd done breakdancing, I'd done everything. I'd worked as a DJ in the south of France and in Vendôme. I'd done absolutely everything, and I'd really exhausted the things I could do, and I was looking for something different.
Yeah, I think what really strikes me, you're somebody who's lived life to the full. You're one for a challenge, aren't you? You like to keep things fresh.
I do like a challenge, and I like to live my life.
And, I mean, I'm very struck today. I've mentioned my old geography teacher, Joe Gilbanks, who was a rear gunner during the war. He was one of those teachers. You always wanted to get him to talk about the wartime experiences. And the reason I remembered him today, and I think he's still with us, thankfully, is that we've been remembering the last of the Dam Busters pilots who's passed away. So that came to mind. And Douglas Bader is also in that category of real heroes. Just remind us a little bit about Douglas Bader and why his name is relevant to this today.
Well, why it's relevant to this award and to this today is because he was a pilot and he used to fly Spitfires, but he had no legs. And he lost his legs in aerobatics. Apparently he was a bit of a chauffeur as a young man, and he was doing some stunts and he crashed his aircraft and he lost his legs. But he fought and he fought and he fought with the RAF to get in and to support the war effort, and he wanted to be a pilot. And he struggled because people thought you can't be a pilot with no legs, like you can't be a pilot with one arm, and these are what people think. So we really battled against the regime then to prove that he could fly an aircraft with missing legs. And basically what they did, they gave him an opportunity to demonstrate if he could fly an aircraft, and he flew the aircraft and he blew them away. They thought this guy is amazing, and he fought for England in the Second World War.
And to be honoured in his name, how good does that feel?
Oh, incredible! You know, to be associated with a man, I'm super happy.
And last time you were learning, this time you're fully qualified, so you've got the whole licence.
I've got the whole licence. I'm actually waiting for my licence. It takes between 3 to 6 weeks for it to arrive in the post. So you can imagine I'm chomping at the bit. I want to go flying. I can go flying, but I still need to be signed off by my instructor, and I can't take passengers until I have my licence in my hand. And
what are you going to be flying? What?
I want to fly. Have you heard of an aircraft? You may have heard of this. It's called a Robin DR400.
I haven't, but I'm sure you'll enlighten us.
Well, it's a low-wing stick and rudder aircraft, and it's got a beautiful view. You can see the view is spectacular.
So you'll be over your beloved Yorkshire and you'll be looking down on everything.
I'm going to fly over Leeds and wave my wings and fly over the studio, and I'm going to take people flying. Anybody wants to go flying, I'll take them flying.
Just brilliant. And to meet the RAF Chief Marshal and Prince Faisal of Jordan, that's not a bad lineup, is it?
That's a bit special, isn't it, really? You know, a prince and the highest ranking officer in the RAF. You can't beat that.
It's really lovely to see you again, because I loved it when we talked before, and you are a real inspiration, and it's great to be remembered in the name of another inspiration. Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you very much.
Just brilliant. Steve Robinson, if you'd like to put a face to The Voice on Look North with Harry and Amy, 6:30 till 7 on BBC One, we're going to play out with the brilliant Louis Armstrong.